My main point is that lactose intolerant as a self-insert protagonist is definitely a Gary Stu, who is very unlikable. And none of the characters also don't have personality, either being sex objects or just straight up defending him. And the only character that does have their own personality is Dark Daryl. But yeah, that's all I had to say for this. Be prepared for part 2 of Lactose Intolerant Adventures.
Yeah, the reason why I didn't make a follow-up after a year is because he completely wiped out his channel, but someone was able to give me his new channel and archives for the episodes. So do not fear, my audience, this Cringe Fest will still go on.
Who remembers the Infinity Stones? Who remembers?
So it's been about a year since I made a cringe compilation out of Darielle stories, aka Lactose Intolerant Adventures, and the only reason why this part took so long in order to make is because after I made my first video on Darielle, his channel was completely wiped. So that left with a Lactose Intolerant Stories cringe compilation go on a hiatus. Until now, because someone in my Discord DMs was able to give me a whole playlist of the Lactose Intolerant Stories archive. And not only that, his new channel, which now he goes by Blue Bastard, which I'm pretty sure the reason why he went under a different alias is because he's going through a lot of controversies, which, if I can recall, not only he was a serial sexual abuser / harasser, but he was also reposting lolicon material. However, those are the claims that I can recall for now because I know he was accused for other shit. But, however, I'm not going to go into depth for that because I don't really have proof, because for some weird reason, all of the videos that made like a good documentary about him were completely wiped as well. Which I could somewhat get because this was happening when he was like around 13 to 15, I think. However, he barely apologized in this new response video regards about the things that he's done, such as reposting lolicon material and sexually harassing multiple, and I mean multiple, women. Even if it was years ago, that should have been brushed aside just because, oh, you were a kid and didn't know any better. Alright, so I'm gonna make a quick edit. By the time I'm recording this, I rewatched his video on his response about the whole controversies that he went through, because I wasn't able to finish it, so I decided to rewatch it. Not only he was extremely predatory towards women, not only he was reposting lolicon, he would also body shame women, call people slurs, he would also leak revenge porn, or technically in this case child porn, by leaking their ex-girlfriend's nudes when they were a minor, with little to no apology towards the victims that he hurt whatsoever, or any sort of apology for being bigoted and, like, body-shaming women. Not even just a half-ass sorry, nothing. And that his only justification as to why he did what he did is that he was also a minor. Which, I'm sorry, that is not an excuse in order to be predatory towards other people. Leaking their nudes? And just outright being a bigoted, sexist degenerate.
This incident that she's talking about took place in around 2022. So I was still a minor during this stage, you see. So the wording isn't really great because they're trying to make it seem like I'm some sort of pedophile or something when I'm obviously not. Yes, I was sexual with women. Yes, I was an idiot. But why do you have to go and put dirt on my name like that? You're only going to make things worse. You do realize that, right? Spreading misinformation like that is the reason why people's lives are ruined.
Body shaming people.
Okay, so this accusation is saying that I body shamed someone, which is true. I did body shame this girl. I did bully her. I did bully a few people that I had beef with back in the past. I admit that. Same girl in the video is the same girl in the message because at the time we were together. And she's like 1 year older than me, because at the time she was 1 year older than me, and now she's like 18 years old now, and I'm 17. She was the one who gave me the character code for her character in the first place, so why is she trying to act like she's all hurt, as if I forced her to do this, when you're the one who asked me to do this? You, Ivy, aka Alyssa, do you really think you lying about me is okay? Do you really think you making these false accusations about me is okay? Are you really just gonna ignore the fact that we were together, and then you go and leak our private conversations even though I told you not to? Yet you still decide to do it. What kind of girlfriend does that? Come on. Come on. And then you want to get all upset when I leak something of yours, when I leak your photos, when I leak your face, when I leak your nudes. When in reality, you've actually caused all of this.
I'm sorry, but just because this isn't pedophilic doesn't mean it's not abusive and predatory by any means. Just because you're a minor yourself doesn't really mean jack shit, especially when you refuse to apologize, and if anything, victim blame them, saying it's their fault for not giving explicit consent, and leaking embarrassing sexual role plays. I'm sorry to say this, but it's not really comparable to leaking straight up child porn as some sort of revenge / blackmail. If you want the full response, I'll just link it in the description because this is the only clips that I gathered that are highlighted, but the full video will be linked in the description. And whatever you do with that link, please do not harass him whatsoever. As much as I don't like him, I do not condone harassment at all. But yeah, anyways. However, I'm not really going to get into a full dive of what this guy exactly has done, because again, those are the things that I can recall. And not only that, this is mainly just a cringe compilation, not necessarily like a huge expose on the guy, other than me giving my reasons as to why I'm making this video. Before we do start, I just want to put out a few disclaimers and trigger warnings. Huge disclaimer that this will be a very raw reaction. It is completely unscripted because I am mainly reacting to the said series. So if the wording is weird, or if not, I had a habit of repeating things, or it just sounds really wonky, I apologize for that. This is mainly a raw reaction video, and it's not really something that I put that much effort into, because again, this is mainly a cringe compilation with commentary. So, and most importantly, please do not go harass Blue Bastard, aka Dariel Stories, or anyone I mentioned in this video. This video is meant for entertainment purposes only. As much as I dislike the guy, I do not encourage harassment of any kind whatsoever. Also, a little bit of a trigger warning, or more so a content warning. This mainly contains like sexual references and sexual themes, and overall just mature themes that people may not be comfortable with. So if you're not comfortable with these said content warnings, I suggest clicking off now. Without being said, let's get started. Here we have the season 2 intro, which I'll be honest, this one is a little bit better than the really dog shit auto-tune that we watched last time, where my ears aren't getting molested by his fucking shit ass singing. After we watched that really long intro, we get started with the episode. Oh my fucking god. I think I touched on this in my last video, but I really had a big issue when it comes to Dariel making so much fucking sexual references in his videos, or just being really sexual in it. Whether it be lactose intolerant fucking his yeast infection girlfriend that I really do not want to see, or constant, and I mean constant, sexual innuendos in the show. Look, I get this is an 18 plus like show or whatnot, and it's meant for an adult, but I don't think you need to add so much fucking sexual references in order to basically say, oh, the joke is porn, guys. The joke is porn. Fucking laugh, please. Or just expecting people to jerk their shit to fucking gotcha porn. I'm sorry, but I don't really see someone jerking their fucking shit to like gotcha porn. I'm sorry, who is genuinely stroking their shit to this? But even in general, which grown-ass adult is like watching like straight up gotcha porn? Who is genuinely watching this and finding this really entertaining? Because I guarantee you no one is fucking watching this who is like above the age of 25. Well, Sam, you watch Kevin Spencer. Kevin Spencer is a dog shit series that also has a bunch of sexual innuendos. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. Shut the fuck up. Besides the joke, the only difference between Kevin Spencer and whatever the fuck this shit is that at least the sexual innuendos, at least when it comes to Kevin Spencer making jokes, it isn't just always associated with porn. And it's only like associated with the fact that they're very low income drug addicts, which I find it a little bit funny. But with like Dariel's humor, it's just so bad to the point like it's laughable. Not like, oh, ha funny that like is genuinely funny. No, it's so bad it's fucking cringe to the point I want to make fun of this dude. But anyways, it starts with like fucking lactose intolerant inserting like stomach noises, which I kind of shriveled up a little bit in cringe, by the way, when I say that. And Mandy says, oh, I'm so hungry. I'm gonna eat everyone in the fucking house because I'm such a fat ass. And overall, I'm pretty sure people would jerk their shit to this fucking episode. So why not? Then she goes up to lactose intolerant, basically asks him if he wants to get bored. He said yes, and oh my fucking god, just
Can I eat you?
Wait, what?
Please, Daryl, I'm hungry.
Oh, fine. If it makes you happy, then you can eat me.
I genuinely don't know what the fuck I'm watching at this point. And again, this is like the same guy who hypes up his fucking series and wants to bring this shit back. No, just keep this in the fucking gutter, bro. Keep this in the fucking shadow realms that we can't even see. I'm sorry, I guarantee you no one is fucking watching this shit. I'd rather consider putting a fucking gun to my head than watching whatever the fuck this is. Fuck, I'd rather, like, torture myself with, like, Hazbin Hotel Season 2 than whatever the fuck this shit is. But anyways, Mandy ends up boring someone else while she bored Lactose Intolerant, which I don't know who the fuck this guy is, but whatever. Then the next day, she needs to take a shit, and then the moment she was about to fucking go use the restroom, she ends up shitting them out.
Oh gosh, can't hold it in. I really need to shit so bad.
You know, I may be suicidal, but I think this is like the biggest reason as to why I want to fucking kill myself. If I end up finding a person who actually enjoys these fucking series, they need to get slimed, because what the fuck is this? Because I'm hoping no one confidently says that they fucking enjoy lactose intolerant adventures, and this is the shit that they fucking watch. Then we go on to the next episode, Fake Fucking God, where lactose intolerant meets this green looking bitch.
Oh, hi. You must be new to the city. My name's Daryl the Fox, but just call me Daryl.
Hi, I'm Xavier. It's nice to meet you, Darlie.
It's nice to meet you too, Xavier. Let's go visit my house so you can see all my friends.
Honestly, if I was Xavier, I would just turn to the other fucking direction and not interact with this dude, because it's like, no, I don't want to be interacting with someone who, like, is into, like, vor. Especially being into, like, being shat out of the ass. Like, no. No, I would just turn the other fucking direction. I mean, really, who wants to interact with Dario stories? I don't really have anything else to say about this episode because this one's like the tamest out of them all. If I'm gonna be really honest with you, that doesn't include weird sexual scenes or like Dario being victimized or some shit. It's just a simple intro, which I don't really care about, so I'm skipping this. This episode has to be one of the most, like, out of character shit ever, at least for the Friday Night Funkin' / Pico's Day School character, or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't really care. When for some reason they're watching Dario Story's content, Cassandra started yapping about how she wants to meet Dario and that she's romantically interested in him.
Wow, I really love this guy. Daryl is such a good person. I think we should meet him in person. Don't you think, Cassandra?
He looks like a handsome person to me. I think we should definitely meet him.
Cassandra, are you okay?
You seem a bit suspicious, Cassandra.
Guys, I think we should meet this boy in person. He seems like a very nice and cute boy. I think we should go meet him. What do you guys think?
Look, I'm not like a Pico's School Day fan or whatever the fuck it's called. I was mainly involved in a Friday Night Funkin' fandom when I was like, what? Back in like 2020 when I was like 13 or some shit. And that's when I got like introduced to like Pico's School Day or some shit. Like, look, I know I'm a new gen. Like, I'm not really as involved with that fandom, but it's like, if I'm correct, like, you had to be like on fucking horse tranquilizers in order to think that Cassandra wants you in any sort of fucking way. You have to be like that fucking geeked out and like high as shit in order to think such, because not only she's like a school shooter, but also she has a really unhealthy obsession with Pico, and that he was her love interest. So I doubt, like, canonically, she would, like, be romantically interested in you in some sort of way. If anything, you'll be shot in the fucking face. Not that I'm saying, like, you can't really self-ship with characters because of, like, canonical reasons. I mean, I don't really give a shit, but it's like, this is just straight up blatant mischaracterization because of this whole, like, Gary Stu type of fantasy, dog. That's how cringe it is. Then we skip to the next day where Dario's waking up Mandy and he just starts blatantly screaming in her face how she needs to get up.
Hey Mandy, do you want to go on the walk together? Mandy? 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 Mandy, wake the hell up!
Jeez, what is it, Daryl? It's still the morning.
I wanted to ask you if you wanted to go on the walk together, but no, you were sleeping.
God, I cannot stand Daryl as a fucking character. He makes me so fucking mad, bro. He's just so insufferable in like multiple ways. Not only he's constantly victimized and how he's perfect at every single fucking thing, but he's also a major fucking ass. And how he unironically depicts himself as he gets multiple fucking girls, even though, let's be really honest, if you claim how girls want you so much, tell me why multiple instances counted as sexual harassment. I don't know, man, I think that's a major indication that no fucking girl wants you, like dead ass. But anyways, I'm getting a little bit too headed of myself by making so many jokes. They get up, go on a walk, then for some reason Cassandra and the gang were like stalking them, which I think it's a little bit fucking weird, but whatever. And as Mandy and Lactose Intolerant were talking, Cassandra just randomly pops up and then starts, like, weirdly flirting with him.
I know who you guys are. You guys are from Friday Night Funkin'. I played the game, and I can see that Cassandra's a really big fan of me. Yeah, this is awkward.
And I also watched your series, The Adventures of Daryl Stories YT.
Whoa, breaking the fourth wall, don't you think?
We're sorry about our friend. She's just so obsessed with you.
It's okay, Keith, I'm used to it.
My name's Boyfriend.
I know, it's just I like calling you Keith way better.
You're a very handsome boy, Daryl. I really like you.
Thanks?
And I want to cuddle you so bad, too. Daryl, who is this girl?
She's a character from a video game called Friday Night Funkin'.
I don't know what Friday Night Funkin' is. You know I don't play video games that often. Daryl, can we please visit your house? I want to see all of your characters.
Sure, you guys can come visit us.
Holy shit, there's a lot to unpack here. First of all, I just think it's really fucking cringe how, like, the Scary Stu was able to, like, pull every single fucking, like, fictional character who, quote, wants him, even though, like, realistically they don't. And overall, it's just a blatant mischaracterization from, like, Cassandra's end. And also, why the fuck is he, like, letting this person, like, flirt with him even though he has a girlfriend right next to him? Talking about how, like, oh, well, she's from the Friday Night Funkin' universe. Do you think she really gives a shit? You're just letting this girl flirt with you, and you're getting, like, all fucking entertained by it. It's just fucking... This fucking series alone is so insufferable to fucking watch, because it's like, again, it mainly involves the protagonist being such a fucking Gary Stu. And I'm just trying to, like, get this video done, because I am genuinely so fucking tired right now. But anyways, Lactose Intolerant invites Cassandra to meet his really low-effort OCs. And so far, the introductions are fine. Personally, I think she wouldn't really fuck with them. The only time I think that maybe she was actually in character for once is, like, being buddies with, like, Demon Daryl, aka Bloody Tampon. Consider the fact that Bloody Tampon makes fun of fucking Lactose Intolerant. And honestly, I kind of see him being friends with Cassandra. That's about it. That's the only pro that I can give. And then her introducing herself to fucking UTI or piss-looking fucking Daryl. After that, we get this horrific scene.
What's up?
Hey Cassandra, one question I gotta ask you.
Go on. What's the question?
Why is your boob so extra large?
Lactose Intolerant is so insufferable in these fucking series. At this point, can we sign up some sort of petition to see this guy fucking executed? He really pisses me off. He is entertained by another woman fucking flirting with him even though he has a girlfriend right in front of him. And yet we're supposed to root for him? We're supposed to like this guy? Fuck this man. I really hate this show. I hate it so much, it makes me mad. Then, like, the gang leaves, and Cassandra fucking randomly kisses him, and he just allows it to fucking happen. And at the end of it, he supposedly makes it up by making out with fucking Mandy. I can't do this shit. Then we move on to the next episode, which is a Halloween special, where Lactose Intolerant decides to kill the whole fucking crew for, like, no reason. I mean, I don't really have much to say for this other than the fact that apparently it was a dream that Mandy had. Plot low-key kind of sucks. I seen better, like, Halloween specials and whatever the fuck this shit is, but that's besides the point. Mandy gets up, she starts to have some sort of, like, panic attack or some shit and starts fucking crying, and lactose intolerant was, like, comforting Mandy or whatnot. I wouldn't really say comforting because you get this shit.
I guess I'm doing this again. Shut the fuck up with the crocodile tears. Oh yes, 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 please. Shut the fuck up with the crocodile.
I'm sorry, but he cannot be like displaying about how women are so fucking annoying and being like, women, am I right? Even though he's one of the most incel looking ass fucking characters. And I'll be like really honest with you, the most sexist fucking guys that you will meet online end up being like the most gayest fucking dudes you ever see. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. So we're finally on to the last episode where Dario randomly just goes to the Papa's Pizza Place universe or some shit like that. And while he's at it, he also meets Friday Night Funkin' characters for some fucking reason. I don't know how that correlates, but it's whatever, I guess. Mandy realizes that Dario's gone, and then she randomly also gets put in the Papa's universe in order to find Dario and drags him back to the Gotcha Town universe or some dumb shit like that. And the season ends. Thank fucking God. The Papa's episode was also kind of low-key boring. It's more a filler rather than just an actual entertaining episode. But to be honest, I shouldn't be expecting much coming from fucking lactose intolerant, aka Blue Bastard, aka Blue Balls. It was just really boring and overall extremely fucking cringy. Maybe it's just me, but I don't think he can be stroking his fucking ego saying his editing skills are the best and yet you get shit like this. It's just really bad. I just also think it's more ironic how like he labels his series 18 plus or 16 plus even though Gotcha is mainly directed to like 10-year-olds. I don't know, I just think that's really ironic. But yeah, I am finally done with season 2. It was really fucking unbearable to sit through. Not only the really bad disguised fetish fucking material that's in like the first beginning of the fucking series. And overall the writing is really fucking dog shit. It's mainly him trying to paint himself as some sort of hero and that he makes no mistakes, blah blah blah. But I'll get into that in the conclusion. But I am finally done with season 2. It took me about like 3 weeks in order to make this fucking video because apparently KineMaster decided to kill itself on me, so I had to switch to CapCut. And it's really unbearable to edit with this app. Not only the volume adjustables is pretty like wonky, because for some reason, no matter how much I try to put it at the lowest setting for background noise, it ends up being so loud to the point, like, you can't even hear my voice. Not only the fact that I kind of hate how, like, whenever I speak into the microphone, it has a timer, which kind of makes me irritated, but also it's not really as beginner-friendly. I have to get the cracked version of CapCut because the official version is loaded with fucking ads. And I am not gonna be editing with that, so I decided to fucking get an APK version of it. At least with, like, KineMaster, it's not really as limited, other than the fact you get that big-ass fucking watermark. That's the only con that I have with it. Other than that, it's not loaded with, like, paywalls and microtransactions. But besides my angst rant about, like, editing softwares, I'm gonna be moving on to my conclusion. I just want to be done with this video.
We feel that with an intensive training regime and moderate electroshock therapy, we can train him to a sufficient level that I will be able to put him on display at freak shows and carnivals all around the world.
Again, like I said in my previous video about lactose intolerant, I do not want to, like, be bothered with criticizing his fucking work because how ass it is to the point I don't want to give advice, but I feel like I have to. Just for the sake of the video and overall just criticisms in general on why it's so ass. I addressed this before in my last video. I didn't really like the fact how him as a self-insert is such a fucking Gary stew. He constantly needs to be sympathized with, or you're supposed to side with him even though he's like the worst fucking character that you've seen in the series. And it's not inaccurate either, given the fact that him as a person, he's just really horrible. And consider the way he basically writes his series, it low-key makes me mad about how, again, he wants people to side with him, or people want him to think that he's logical in the series, even though it's like he's one of the most incel band kids you ever fucking see in the series. He's almost equivalent to a fucking Redditor, if you think about it, but besides the point. Another issue that I had that I said last time in my last episode, I did not like the fact that he has really bad disguise fetishes in the series. The vor made me really uncomfortable. I consider shooting my fucking brains out when I see the horribly edited stomach. And at the end where Mandy just shits out lactose intolerant and the other dude that I don't really care enough to remember their name. Consider the fact that scene is supposed to make people jerk their shit to that fucking episode. I'm sorry, but I did not feel sexually aroused by that. If anything, it made me really gross. To a point, I even consider overdosing on fucking sleeping pills because how bad it was. But again, there's always some sort of like gotcha degenerate who actually jerk their shit to this, but besides that really disgusting imagery that I'm giving out. And overall, the episodes are really badly written, and overall most of it is either filler or it just made me very fucking bored. And even if it didn't make me bored, I was seething in fucking rage about how every single time he's always sympathized or victimized in every fucking scene where he gets into trouble, that or he's clearly doing something fucking wrong and he knows it but he doesn't give a shit, and at the end of it he pretty much gets what he fucking wants. He is an extremely human being throughout the whole series, and yet for some reason he still ends up being depicted as a hero at the end of the day. And people say like something like Caillou makes them fucking mad. I think Dariel YT Adventures or Lactose Intolerant Adventures, I don't give a shit. I think these series make me more pissed off than fucking Caillou, cause like, oh my fucking god, this makes me want to fucking shoot my phone so bad or throw it against the wall, because how much these fucking episodes make me so mad each and every time he ends up being depicted as some sort of hero, or that he does no wrong, and that people with logical fucking common sense who develop the frontal lobe criticizes Dariel, they're automatically painted as the evil ones that are depicted as stupid. Which I said in my last episode, the only person who has a frontal lobe is Bloody Tampon, aka Demon Daryl. And the other characters are mainly just sheeps rubbing his feet, being like, oh, Dariel, you could do no wrong. You're a goddess in my eyes. Fuck this series. It makes me mad. Other than that, it's just really fucking boring to the point I almost even like want to take a nap when I'm editing this, because I literally like only slept for like 5 hours. That's how much I'm geeking through this fucking like video. But yeah, I think I'm gonna close this off here, because other than that, the series is really fucking garbage. And overall, I'm going to be editing the next episode where I'm gonna react to season 3. So be prepared. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed this video where I had an extremely raw reaction to season 2 where I'm just mainly geeking out. I hope this video entertained you, or at least made you cringe in some sort of way. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, like, and if you like my content, you can subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications. You could also follow me on different social medias as well, and also check out my Straw page. See ya. Bye. I fucking hate my life.
I was at the club one night. That's when I saw some guys. She looked kind of throw to me. She looked kind of throw, yeah. She was all up in my grill. So I showed her my big daddy's heel. I'm just a dog, don't blame me.